Welcome to another episode of Farming with Vinesh. Hoping you all have been doing well and also enjoyed our last episode. In this episode, we will take a look at the goat farming and how it can turn into a profitable farming venture. But before that, let's recap from last episode. In episode 10, we talked about handling those curveballs Mother Nature throws our way, like cyclones and floods. Now let's jump right into this episode, which is all about giving you the ultimate guide to goat farming Aussie style. Alright, let's address the elephant in the paddock, the cost. Starting any business takes a bit of capital, and goat farming is no different. You're looking at fencing, shelter, those adorable goats themselves, and other smaller things that comes with a cost. This will be your capital cost. Ongoing costs will include feed, healthcare, and maybe the occasional hiring of casuals to help you with farm work. On the flip side, we've got profits. Goat meat, or chevon, is in high demand, and let's not forget about the milk, fiber, and even goat yogurt if you're feeling adventurous. Those fancy cheeses you see at the shops, often made with goat's milk. Think of it like this. You invest in a good boomerang, and it comes back to you, right? Same with goat farming. You put in the effort, and you reap the rewards. Now, goats are curious creatures, always up for an adventure, especially when they're not supposed to be. That's why a good fence is non-negotiable, and it has to be a secured one. Think of it as their personal, all-inclusive resort. Keeps them in, keeps trouble out. You've got options: woven wire, electric fencing, even good old-fashioned timber. Pick what suits your budget and your goat's Houdini skills. Now for shelter, we're not talking about a 5-star hotel here. A simple 3-sided shed will do the trick. It's all about protection from the elements, a place to rest their hooves after a long day of munching on grass. And trust me, a comfy goat is a happy goat. There will be few amongst your stock that will test the resilience of the infrastructure that you have for them. Once I saw a goat squeeze through a gap the size of a watermelon, leading the whole herd on a merry chase through the neighbor's prize-winning veggie garden. Imagine you're at a buffet, but you're only allowed to eat from one plate the entire time. Gets boring, right? That's what it's like for goats stuck in the same paddock day in and day out. That's where rotational grazing comes in. Think of it as a multi-course meal for your goats. You divide your land into smaller paddocks and rotate the goats every few days or weeks. This gives the grass time to recover, prevents overgrazing, and keeps those goat tummies happy. Plus, it helps control parasites because, let's face it, nobody likes a wormy goat. It's a win-win situation: healthier goats, healthier pastures, and a healthy, well-fed goat is a productive goat, which means more milk, meat, or whatever else tickles your fancy. Chapter 4. Love is in the air and the bloodlines breeding top-notch goats. When it comes to breeding, genetic diversity is key. Introducing new bloodlines to your herd helps prevent genetic issues and improves overall health and productivity. Australia has some fantastic goat breeds. So does our Pacific. We've got the Boer, known for its meat quality, the Kalahari Red, a hardy breed that laughs in the face of drought, and the Saanen, the milk-producing queen, Anglo-Nubian, and few others. Choosing the right breed depends on your goals, whether it's milk, meat, fiber, or maybe even just some 4-legged lawn mowers. It's like online dating for goats. You gotta find the perfect match. Chapter 5. Bye-bye on a board caring for newborn kids. There's nothing quite like the pitter-patter of tiny hooves on the farm. Welcoming newborn kids is always a joyous occasion, but it also comes with its own set of challenges. You've got to make sure they're warm, dry, and getting enough colostrum from their mama in those crucial first few hours. And just like human babies, they need constant monitoring, especially in those first few weeks. Remember that time when I had a doe give birth to triplets for the first time back on our farm in Labasa, Fiji? She looked at me like I was speaking a foreign language when I tried to explain how to feed 3 kids at once. But hey, we figured it out, and those little ones grew up to be some of the healthiest goats on the farm. Chapter 6. Healthy goats, happy farmers, disease control and supplements. Just like us, goats need a bit of TLC to stay in tip-top shape. We're talking about regular health checks, vaccinations, and deworming. Now, nobody likes giving injections, especially not to a wriggly goat, but trust me, prevention is always better than cure. And speaking of cure, sometimes our goats need a little something extra to boost their immune systems and keep them feeling their best. That's where supplements come in, minerals, vitamins, the works. Think of it like this. You wouldn't try to survive on just Vegemite toast, would you? Well, goats need a balanced diet too. A healthy goat is a happy goat, and a happy goat means a happy farmer. That's a wrap. Join the goat revolution. So there you have it, folks. Your crash course in goat farming, Aussie style. Now, goat farming might not be for everyone, but it's a growing industry, not just here in Australia, but all over the world. With our wide open spaces, ideal climate, and a growing demand for goat products, the future of goat farming is looking bright. So, whether you're a seasoned farmer or just starting out, remember, the world is your oyster, or should I say, your goat paddock. Go forth, learn, grow. So folks, that's all for this episode. Don't forget to share with your friends and like our videos. Feel free to send in your comments for future episodes. Until then, take care and enjoy.